Calls. When life calls, Stuart Curry.
When life calls, what signal does it get? I'm sorry, this number has been disconnected or no longer in service. Please try your number later. Thank you. When life calls, what signal does it get? Does it go to voicemail? I know what I would say on my voicemail if life called. Please do not leave any messages for me that I should have done, would have done, or could have done. Please remove me from your call, do not call list. I mean, when life calls, contest chair, Toastmasters, and guests. When life calls me, it gets a busy tone. As a person, I'm married. I have 11 children. I know you're probably thinking already, 11? Yes, 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 and yes. Yes, they are all mine. Yes, it's my first wife. Yes, there's no twins. And yes, I do know where they come from. I got a government grant. We figured it all out. Research was fantastic. It's the water my wife and I share. When life calls, I get a busy tone. Now for me, in all honesty, I'm not a patient man. Okay, in reality, patience isn't even on the Richter scale. I am not patient at all, and here I have lots of kids and lots of things going on, and my life is always busy, chaotic, out there. And yet, it's funny to watch my life and realize how busy we really are. Now, grocery shopping for me is kind of fun. My wife gives me a list, and I think of it more as like hunting. Because for me, it's get in, get out. And for me, sometimes, and a lot of times, I have kids in tow. Now, if you ever see the Currys at the grocery store, you're gonna see a sight to behold. First off, we gotta get the big cart, always, never one of those little carts, always the big cart, and I've got kids on the cart. Now, I strategically place my kids on the cart for two reasons. One, I can get through the store faster. All right, so if I'm going faster through the store, I've got the store mapped out in my mind, because the objective is to get faster on the grocery list. So as we're going through the store, I've got kids hanging off the cart. We take up the whole aisle, look out, because we're going to run you over. Secondly is, if I go fast enough, my kids are hanging on for dear life slightly, so they know that if they let go of the cart, they're going to have to tuck and roll, or they're going to end up in the hospital. We're going so fast. Now, here we are going down these aisles, running around, making sure that we've got everything. My kids are hanging on, and the other reason that it does for us is my kids can't see what we're passing. Then I don't hear, can I have this, can I have that? It's like, boom, what was that? My two older boys, Stuart and Joshua, they learned early on that Dad will get them stuff. But they needed to learn what stuff that was. Because one day, Stuart, he says to me, Dad, I really want this blue bottle. That blue bottle's so cool. And the blue bottle was really cool. And the product in which was in the blue bottle needed something to sell that blue bottle, because these kids just wanted it. And I just like, no, you don't. Yes, Dad, I really do. I want the blue bottle. And I'm like, no, you don't. Yes, I do. Well, you have to take all of it. Okay, Daddy, we'll eat all of it and it'll be great. Fantastic. So I bought the blue bottle for my children. It was cod liver oil. And they had to take the whole bottle. My children do not ask too often for something from Dad. A, because they're hanging on for dear life, and B, it might be something they really don't want. And as we're coming up and we're this okay, we're a circus act when we go to the grocery store, okay? And so here we are, I'm making my laps, I know exactly what to buy, when to buy it, how to get it in the cart so that it's all stacked strategically for weight distribution. All right, I've got kids on the front, sits on the sides, and I gotta make sure I get the groceries in the cart just right, and they're not piled in, because when you get to the checkout line, you gotta make sure that you got everything in there so that the lady puts it in the bag right, so that it is stacked in there neatly, because I hate squished bread. I mean, it's just, you put it on the bottom of the cart, by the time we get there, I've got pita bread. And so I just, and then you get up there, and I've done this, I'm in a hurry. I even have, over the years, kept track of how long it took me to get these items, you know, and my kids are like, woohoo, Dad, we did a new world record, you know. I've got them trained well. Hang on to the cart for dear life, boys. Here we go. And as I get up to the front line, as I look at these checkers, you know the checkers that I'm talking about. The checker that talks too much and doesn't work fast enough. And the checker, I just want a checker that's going to check me out. Self-check doesn't work for me because my kids are kind of still like hanging on and I don't want anybody to look at me. I want to go down the aisle. I have placed children in aisles with checkers to see which checker goes faster. So as we get closer, okay, little Johnny, yep, you're closest. Get that. I've realized that I have not been taking the joy of the moment. Due to a series of events, I get my children up in the morning for school. I take them to school. I spend a lot of time with my children because my better half has had some medical issues. And I get up in the morning and I want my day and I'm fussing over the whole day. Get up, get ready, get dressed, get to school. And I'm a dad that, like, if you've got two shoes on and they're black and one's a dress shoes and one's a tennis shoe, hey, you got two shoes on. I'm okay with that. They're the same color. You got socks, pants, shirt. You know, it's not a bathing suit like one of my children wore to school one day. But learning the joy of the moment. When life calls, when life truly calls, let it go to voicemail. Because that problem that you have next is next. Living in the joy of the moment has allowed me to just realize and spend time with my children. Every day I get 10 minutes with them to school, 10 minutes back home. Joy of the moment. My 16-year-old daughter gave me this big giant hug in front of all of her classmates and said, "Love you, Dad, I'll see you later." It was the joy of the moment. So when life calls and you get the busy signal, just let it go to voicemail and enjoy the moment.
Awesome.